Hey everyone, my name is Troy from Tech Games Etc. And I'm going to go on record as of right now, 2013, that Devils May Cry is going to dethrone God of War Ascension in gameplay and gameplay mechanics and possibly storyline too. Possibly storyline. This is by far, this is going to be 2013's best hack and slash video game of 2013. Maybe not all time, but it's sure close. I finally beat this game. Finally beat this game. And let me tell y'all, if you haven't played this game, you are missing out. Read my lips. You are missing out. Now, God of War is good. But to me personally, I think that franchise is dying. They need to get Ninja Theory, the people who developed this game, to do God of War. Make a whole new story. Whole new story. Entirely new story. Now, I haven't played a lot of Devil May Cry's. I don't know if this is a prequel 10 years after the last one ended. But if this is a fresh new story, Ninja Theory deserves an Oscar nomination. Because this game it's going to be one of the sleeper hits of 2013. And before y'all write anything in the comment section of what you first play it. Now, if you say it sucks, you have to come at me with facts of why it did. Because play mechanics wise, it's one of the best I've seen. The combos in this game are ridiculous. You got a lot of moves per weapon, everything. But let's talk about my final thoughts of this game. Now, my final grade for my review was a B+. It changed. I gave it a B+ in my review. For my final thoughts, I give it a B-. And let's talk about the things that I hate that made it a B-. It was one thing that I hated that this game did that dropped it from a B+ to a B-. You know that Bloody Palace mode, the one I did the news about? Well, it was like a, it was like a survival mode. You had to complete 100 waves of enemies or something like that. It's not an unlock. It's a DLC. And it's not on the disc. It is not on the disc at all. You got to beat the game once, yes. But the DLC hasn't been released yet. And it's funny how Capcom, they get so much flack for putting lockable DLC on the disc, but when the stuff is free to the consumers, they don't put it on the disc. They do not put it on. I mean, Capcom, what are you thinking? What are you thinking? Really? And another thing that I question about this that I didn't like, there was no special last cinema if you beat it on Nephilim, which is like hard mode. There was no like nothing at the end of the credits. There is a training mode that I like. You're in like this white, it's just a white environment, just white. It's you and like an enemy. And you can practice your combos. But the downside about it is they don't show you the count to the combos that you do. Like, a tally of how many hits did you do in that combo. And also that you cannot unlock additional moves in that unlock mode and it'll just save it. I don't know why. I mean, even after you beat the game, I don't know why they don't do that. You can also unlock secret missions in this video game, but unfortunately, I just don't know how to do it. They just have like a bunch of locks and a bunch of blacked out screens of unlockable missions, but I don't know how to unlock it. And sometimes there was this one part where I wish it ended sooner. It wasn't as bad as, Assassin's Creed 3 where you had your main guy walking around putting power cells in, whatever. But as I started to play the game more, I was like, alright, it's not that bad. But sometimes I just wanted the game to end sooner just because, you know, I wanted to hurry up and review it. It was just me being anxious. But I think a person who's gaming wouldn't mind about the end. Like, there was this one part where you had to start these little turbines, whatever, so you can be able to unlock a door. You had to do 4 of them. And it wasn't that bad, but I wish you just hurried up so I can get to the end. But all in all, it was still good. Now, let's talk about the things that I did like. Now, what suffered from this game, it did get hard, but it didn't get hard. Some of the boss fights were good. The last boss fight, I don't want to spoil the story. There ain't gonna be no spoilers. It wasn't as hard on Nephilim, but this game really makes up for all of that. Because when you beat it on Nephilim, you unlock a harder mode called Son of Sparta, with a brand new remix enemy setup and behaviors. Okay, and you unlock a new costume, the white-haired Dante. Also, when you beat it on Son of Sparta, you can unlock 2 new modes. One, Dante Must Die, where strongest enemies and insane enemy waves. Also, you will unlock Heaven or Hell, where it's a remix mode of, you know, the enemies you'll face, but the enemies and Dante will die with 1 hit. Now, it gets even better. If you beat it on Heaven and Hell mode, you will unlock a mode called Hell and Hell mode. It's a remix mode with an extreme twist. Dante will die with 1 hit, but all the enemies have normal health. So this game pretty much makes up for it. I'm going to read off a couple of more. I love how this game really made me feel like I would go old school for y'all. Y'all remember that old Japanese animated movie, Vampire Hunter D? For some reason, I felt like I was that main character in Vampire. Even though there was no vampires in the game. But Dante is not a vampire. No, he's not a vampire. I was about to say, he's not a... Yo, he's not. He's a Nephilim. Right. But anyway. Now, also, hold on. Now, I thought the control scheme was difficult, but this game did make up for it. You can actually change your control scheme, which is really good. And the variety of the play mechanics in this game, how sometimes, like, there was a mission where there was a car chase. Like, there was a car with you, it was your brother in there and Cat in there. And they were driving while the place was crumbling and falling apart. And you had to jump ahead of the car and move obstacles out of the way so they won't crash. Because I thought this game was going to be like, okay, you got to destroy cameras and just go on to the next section. I thought it was going to be that the entire game. But let me tell y'all, the play mechanics in this game, second to none. It's just awesome. Awesome. Now, the boss battles were epic. Like I said, my favorite boss battles in here were Mundus' Spawn and Barbus. You'll know who that is when you play it. I don't want to spoil it. And the game did get harder, sort of, like I said, but there were still parts that I questioned. When you die in this game, the checkpoints weren't that bad either, so that was good. And the dialogue wasn't that bad at all. Like, there were some parts where there was a dialogue with Dante and his brother. I forgot his name already. But anyway, they were talking, and Dante would be like, well, I'm smarter. And he'd be like, well, I'm stronger. And he was like, okay, you got me there. Then I'll walk a couple of steps forward, and one will go, well, I got a bigger dick. I was like, y'all need to stop. But what else? The boss fight, like, the last boss fight with Mundus, one of the last boss fights with Mundus was one of the most epic cinematic experiences you will ever see. Like, it was epic. I don't want to hype it because you may expect a lot, but there was this sequence in there, I don't want to spoil it. It would just have your jaw drop like, damn, like, you be like, oh my God, did this just happen? But one thing I did question was the last sequence of Mundus's boss fight wasn't that easy. It was too easy a little bit. But hey, it makes up for it. This game had little spots where I questioned the difficulty. But hey, play it on those harder difficulties. It makes up for it. And I love the whole flair with the ending credits. Like the credits will show clips of the game being developed, which was pretty cool. But there you go. There you have it. There go my final thoughts of Devil's May Cry. If you have not played this game yet, I highly recommend it. This game is really good. Apart from that whole DLC flap, whatever, you will really enjoy this game if you like God of War. You will really enjoy this game. But there you go. There you have it. If you like what you saw today, please like the video and subscribe to my channel. It really helps out a lot. And tell me what y'all think, community. Did y'all like this game? Did you didn't like this game? Just go ahead and leave in the comment section below. And I'd love to hear y'all opinions. And look out for my Devil's May Cry movie of all the in-game cinemas. I hope I can get it up by this week. If I can, it'll probably be early next week. But I enjoyed this game. One of the best of 2013. And there you go. There go all my contact information. See you later. Thanks a lot.